Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and I am a 4th year 3rd grade teacher in North Carolina, and I thought it would be fun to take you through a day of at-home teaching. Now, I do not do anything fancy like Zoom or Google Hangout, but I do post different videos. I interact with my kids daily. I check up on their work and keep track of it and interact with their parents, and I'm going to try my best to show you how I do that with keeping their privacy, as always. If you are interested to see in how my day from 7:30 to 3:30 goes, then just keep on watching. So yes, I work from my couch. Teaching from home gives us that luxury, and not gonna lie, it's been quite nice, although it is important to step away from it every now and then. And yes, I do have an office, but I have so much more natural lighting in here, and I'm not constantly checking on my kids throughout the day, which you will see. So I have a couple things spread out here. By the way, finally found my planner. If you didn't see my most recent Instagram post, yesterday I went back into my classroom and we had to pack up all our students' materials, which was extremely difficult, but I did get a chance to look for this and I found this, so I'm going to be writing a to-do list down today. I have been waiting for this. This is from Personal Planner. I've worked with them for years now. This is not sponsored by them or anything, but just saying. I do have a giveaway with them coming up soon though, on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me there. Literally, like, I'm not even kidding you. I have, because I couldn't find that one, this is the first planner that I ever got from them, so I do use this thing. What I typically do is I will log on to Class Dojo and I will message parents. I typically don't message them until at least 8 o'clock, just because with everything going on, no one is rushing to get out of bed unless they have an actual schedule they have to adhere to for like parents' work or something like that. So let me tell you, because it is a little bit later, it's almost 10 o'clock. I have been hanging out for a little bit. I'm going to be posting a morning routine soon, so I didn't really want to show you everything that goes on in my morning. It is 10 o'clock. I have talked to a few parents, so I will let you know what I've done. But this morning, I just sent out a message on Class Dojo. I said, good morning, happy Friday. Please fill out the bus ridership form for next school year. This needs to be completed no matter how your child gets to and from school. Thank you. And then I gave them the link so they can go ahead and do that. So just little updates. Sometimes I'll post about their lessons. Yesterday, I posted this picture of our classroom, which is also the one I posted on Instagram. And I told them that this is not the way we were supposed to end the year. My heart is heavy today. And they're putting some comments on there about the kids missing everyone. So that's sweet. That is all I've done on there today. So what I'm going to do right now, I actually need to film a video on Educreations. I also posted about this the other day. Putting Them First, Lauren talked about this app, and I'm so thankful that she discovered it, and I don't know why more people are not talking about it. Like, it is amazing. So after I post a message to my parents, I typically just check through my messages, make sure there are none there, and I also go to Google Classroom because that's the site we've been using to post our assignments. Literally all it is the date, and then please read the Google Doc for your assignment. And then on there we have listed instructions to get on iReady, even though they've been doing it almost every day. Actually, they have been doing it every day throughout this week. But just for a reminder, in case they're with someone new or they forget or have trouble, it's just all right there. And then the title of the lesson. So today is an iReady math lesson and an iReady reading lesson. So I will only be looking at iReady today to track my students' progress, but I have no questions on there. So I'm going to create this video real quick and then I'll tell you what it's about. Okay, so when I tell you this takes less than 10 minutes, it is literally glorious. It can work on any iPad because my iPad is old, let me tell you, and I don't have an Apple Pencil. I just do it with my finger, and I'm pretty sure all the things I do you can do with the free version. I just went ahead and made a 5-minute video just with some slides. So let me show you. I simply just made a title page that had the skill that I was telling my kids about. And then I set all of this up before I recorded. So I simply wrote this with my finger, and then I drew some models on the next few pages. And that was set up and ready to go for my video. And then I just hit the red record button, and I went ahead and walked my kids through it, and I draw while I talk. And when you're done, you just hit this button up here. You save the video, you add a title, and then I log in online that way because it's just easier for me to copy and paste a link to ClassDojo and to Google Classroom online. So I did that, and it took less than 10 minutes, maybe even less than 8 minutes. I was gonna say 6, but definitely at least 6. And I had that posted to my kids.
I saw a couple of you struggling with this IXL skill yesterday, X9, select 1, 2, 3. So you can see this as a fraction, or you can see it as a whole number. Either way, it still describes the picture you see in front of you.
Now, the first video I ever created, I did create...
Yesterday you started learning about...
Don't move while you speak, because then it messes it up. I did create this on PowerPoint and then uploaded it to here, but that was like a prepared lesson. When I see my students struggling with the content I've already given them and the lessons I've already given them, and I still see that they need extra help, I just simply use my finger to quickly go through it because it just takes a lot less prep time, and like I said, I can get it out to them in less than 10 minutes. So I think this is super helpful, especially if you have a child who has several different questions. Instead of talking to them on the phone, trying to get them to understand what you're saying, just simply make a quick video, say, hey, hang on 10 minutes, let me talk this out to you, and send you a few examples, and there you go. Because sometimes, even though there are so many videos out there, Khan Academy, LearnZillion, BrainPop, everything on YouTube, sometimes it's just not exactly what the child needs. And if you, as the teacher, know what your student needs, then it's just so simple to go ahead and get it to them. So I highly recommend that if you haven't used that. I have gone ahead and went back to my math assignments from IXL. So this week, because we've been doing iReady, the iReady lessons really only stay on a topic for one day. So we introduced new content, equivalent fractions, and there was only one lesson on equivalent fractions, and we wanted to do more than that. So after we did the iReady lesson, the next few days we gave the kids videos. I created some EduCreations videos, and those were our kids' lessons, and then they just completed IXL skills because it's super easy to track for those kids that were online. And my class is mostly online. That is pretty much what I'm going to be talking about in here. I have one who's actually doing a packet and the packet I have talked about in previous videos, so I will link that here. I made sure I'm up to date on my kids' math assignments. I have 2 big blanks because one is my packet child, one is a child I have not gotten contact with, because that's real life, guys. And let me know down below if you are dealing with the same thing. I've reached out to the parent multiple times. The guidance counselors reached out to the parent. So we are doing everything we can, and we're trying to get a hold of them. One student who has typically done their work, and this week for some reason they're not. And then a few students who are just missing a few of the IXL skills along the way. So then I went into my planner. I have notebook paper in my planner, and I just wrote down what they're missing. I'm going to let their parents know later. I'm going to give them some time to maybe notice it themselves today, but I do keep up with it because I feel like that really is my job right now, making sure my students are doing their work and giving them the resources I can. And if I know it might sound, I don't know, like some parents might not like me saying, hey, this isn't done, hey, this isn't done. But for the most part, I've gotten good feedback from me letting them know. It's mostly like parents who say, oh, thank you, I really appreciate this. I was at work all day and I wasn't sure if he was done. He sits with grandma to do this. You know, grandparents aren't that equipped with online learning. So I just do it because that's my job. And if they're happy about it, great. If they're not, sorry, this is the situation we're in. My reading assignment checklist looks a little bit different. If you are familiar with iReady, if the students fail the lesson, it gives them, or it allows them to take it again. So some of mine have taken some of them several times. So to keep up with if they completed that specific lesson, I've been writing the number of times they've been taking it, or else I would have to go in every day to check that they've completed that title, and it's just a hassle. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to show you this. Well, maybe I can. It'll just be really, really cropped because there's a lot of student information. But basically, if you're familiar with iReady, my Fitbit wants me to walk. I will in a moment. If you are familiar with iReady, you can monitor the online instruction as the students are working, just like IXL, which is why I've really liked it for this distance learning, remote learning, because it's one of those tools that you can see what, well, you can't see what the kids are doing, but you can see that they are working, how long they're working, how many things they're completing live while it's happening. And that's just been helpful because I can see that my kids are keeping up with their work. And yesterday, actually, or maybe it was 2 days ago, most of them were done with their work before lunchtime, which is awesome. I love that my parents are in like a routine for their kids to just get their work out of the way, and most of my class has been working. If you're having trouble motivating your students, I did film a video and I will post a link to it right here about how I'm using ClassDojo points to try to motivate my students and show parents that I am keeping up with everything. I do give kids daily points when they complete all their work. So that's like a little reminder for the parents that, hey, I see that your kid has completed all their work and here's their like little check for that. But go to that video to see more of how I'm using that. And I also showed you a little bit in this video how I started the Dojo 100 Points Club. So my students only have to make 70% on IXL to be finished with their lesson, because sometimes it's a real challenge to get to that 100. But if they want to take the time to do that challenge, I gave an extra 2 points to every student who made a 100 on all of their IXL skills that were assigned for the week, just as a little boost. And I'm going to give them a shout out later, but I've already posted a lot of messages on Dojo that I'm not going to post anymore right now. On iReady, to track student progress, I need to look at the lessons that have been completed. I can click on it and then it will tell me what they have completed and what they scored on it. So parts of poems is today, parts of plays was yesterday, and I can see the date they did it, how long they spent on it. So I know that I will be looking for parts of poems. And I'm just going to go through and check off on my sheet. I know a lot of people are using the digital sheet. I'm just a paper person still. I don't know. Let me know down below. Are you guys still a like paper grading or check sheet, checklist, to-do list person, or have you switched over to online? Or are you doing a little bit of both? Let me know how you are doing that. I'm gonna get that done. And I need to stop talking with my hands because it thinks I just took 250 steps. All right, I will see you in a bit. Hey guys, whew. It is 1:38 now, and I feel like I have been filming and editing videos for hours. Honestly, not editing that much, but I had to stop filming for a little bit because I had to charge this, and I was going through my checklist of my students' work. Most of them have turned it in, and I sent out those, ignore my dirty kitchen. I sent out those few reminders for the 3 students who I was missing some work from, and they're already finishing that up, so that is awesome. Great response this week from my kiddos. I filmed a video of me talking to my students, just doing my shout outs for my 100s club on IXL. I'm going to give them weekly shout outs just to boost morale and the motivation a little bit. In our staff meeting this week, our staff Zoom meeting, some people mentioned shout outs, and I had thought about doing it, so they said it was working out pretty well for them, so I just went ahead and started that this week, along with giving them some other information, just reminding them in North Carolina it's required for 3rd graders to work 2 hours a day. So I was reminding them of that because some of them, their work isn't taking them as long. So I was giving them the additional resources they can go to. They can always work on their IXL diagnostic. We have Prodigy, we have Epic, we have Brain Pop, we have Scholastic. Just reminding them of those. I know some students it takes longer for some things than others. And then we are doing a parade next week, so I'm super excited about that because I've seen many schools doing that. So we are jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm sorry, but that's not spreading coronavirus when people are staying in their cars and waving and cheering. Come on, guys. If people can go to the grocery store and Lowe's, like, that is more detrimental than having a parade for poor children whose lives have been flipped upside down, and teachers. So I know there's just been some heat about parades. There's nothing wrong with a parade. I did a parade. I participated in a birthday parade for one of my students the other day and made her mother cry. So I'm all about some parades when we have to social distance. My head is spinning because I filmed like a 12-minute video. That's how long it took for the one I was making for my kids, and I edited that one and uploaded it to YouTube, but I put it like unlisted and send them the link on Dojo and Google Classroom. Most of them access it through through Class Dojo, but my administration is connected to my Google Classroom, so I post it on there as well, so they can see that I am interacting with my children, since I do most of it on Class Dojo. Whew. So I need to see if this kiddo now understands his work from the video that I personally just made. I don't know if I mentioned that. He was struggling with his assignment for today, so I told his mom, I'm like, don't worry, let me make a quick video. I'll send it your way. Used EduCreations, chatted it out. I sent it to him, so now I'm gonna see how that's going. Yes, maybe I could FaceTime him and help, but just in case any other kids need help with it, at least I have the video now made so I can send it out to them too. It saves me from repeating myself over and over again, and he can watch the video over and over if he's still confused. I think the most part is they're just comparing fractions, and I think he was just looking at the numbers and trying to find the answer in his brain, and that's just not gonna work for some kids. So I just reminded her and reminded him in the video to be drawing out the models because that makes a huge difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and make myself some lunch now because it is so much later in the day, and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, so welcome to my kitchen. I made this the other day and I really enjoyed it, so I just wanted to share it with you guys because it is changing up what I've been doing. It is basically a protein shake with oats. Okay, I think I have all my ingredients now. I'm going to start with some old-fashioned oats, and this is half a cup. I saw this on some fitness Instagram I follow. I don't know. I really like texture in things. I know that sounds quite weird, but it's easier than having to cook oatmeal. So, a scoop of protein powder. I talked about this on Instagram the other day and I asked you guys for some of your favorites. Over this quarantine life, I have just been trying to really focus on me and focus on my health, as I've mentioned so many times before. And this is just a protein powder that happened to be advertised to me on Instagram and Facebook, so I wanted to try it out. It's Ideal Lean Cookies and Cream. It's pretty good. I've never really tried other protein powders before, so I don't know how it compares. But my friend told me that 90 calories is the smallest amount of calories he's ever seen on a protein powder. And he's like big health, used to be college football player guy. So I kind of trust him, but it is lean for women. And it's not protein powder that's meant to bulk you up. It's just supposed to give you the protein. Today I'm trying something different. I'm adding a scoop of greens. I'm going to talk about these in another video. I'm still trying them out. I'm gonna add some greens. I do love it so far though, and I'm excited to try them in here because it tastes just like a matcha latte. So, all right, and then I got the scale out to do 8 ounces of milk. When I first got this protein powder, I got vanilla almond milk, and honestly, I like the original much better. Unsweetened, by the way. This scale is from Amazon. It was like maybe $15, I don't know. I bought it a long time ago, but I'll put it in my Amazon store, which is always linked down below. I'm gonna give her a tiny shake, but this cup doesn't, it spills a little bit, so we gotta be careful. Okay, see, it spills a little bit. Now it's green because of my greens. It's so crazy how that can make it sweeter. Let's give it a little taste test. Oh my gosh. So, it's like chewy from the oatmeal. I can't even describe it. It's so good. Awesome way to get your protein greens. That's not protein, that's oats. Oats are 4 points. Protein is 1 point. Almond milk is 1 point, and I'm pretty sure greens are 0 because it's vegetable powder. Again, talking with my hands, my Fitbit thinks I'm moving. I'm gonna go enjoy this and check in with that parent. Okay, just kidding. I wanted to update you guys before I forgot. But the greens are 1 point because they have some carbs in them. I really enjoy this. As you can see, I suck it down. I'm gonna see if any more kids have completed their work, but this is typically how my days go. There are certain days throughout the week that I have Zoom meetings just with my 3rd grade team, staff meetings. I've been attending some PDs during the day, but other than that, I don't have like a planning period really, or like a schedule throughout my day, just because when we plan for multiple weeks at a time, and we plan as a grade level. Typically we'll spend 1 day planning math and 1 day planning reading, and we Zoom basically the whole day, get it all figured out. The last time we planned for April 23rd to May 15th. So all of that is done, which is why I don't have like a designated planning time throughout the day. But I am trying to, as you see, add more to what my kids are getting with different videos and things. I'm keeping up with them throughout the day, answering parent questions. And then I am trying to either do a PD to learn more about teaching in general, or I've been creating stuff for when we are able to get back into the classroom for next school year or something. I've been creating a few smart boards and things, just trying to use this time to my advantage. But as always, I'm constantly available, and I clock in 7:30 to 3:30, but I'm usually working all night because there are some parents who don't have their kids do their work until they get home from work. So I'm always available, even though they told us not to be. I mean, if you have a question, you have a question right then and there. Like, me answering it tomorrow is not going to help you today. So I just try to always be available, and this is typically how my day goes. So I'll touch base if anything changes. I've checked in with my kids. I've messaged who I need to message about work, and majority of them are done, which basically means my Friday is almost complete. It is 2:10, so I want to use this time wisely just to continue doing schoolwork, but more along the lines of things for my classroom. I'm first going to flip through this huge chunk because the last time I used this planner was in February. I don't know what happened in March, but I went with a new design in the new planner that I'm receiving because I thought I lost this. The last time when I made this one, and I've showed it in videos before, I just did the white lines going down, and then at the bottom is just those dots. I don't even know if you could see it. Just so I could use it for whatever. These are things that I want to accomplish, and I had something in my brain and I totally lost it. So for my classroom, I did buy a guided reading bundle with different tools to use in guided reading. So I want to start printing and laminating some of that for next year. I guess along with that, I can read some of my PD book. I wanted to look into plans for next week just because we made them before spring break. So they've been done for a while, so I just want to refresh my memory with them. I have 26 emails on my school email that I have yet to go through, so I just want to clear my inbox so bad. I get into this habit of, I'll get an email that's like a resource or something, and I'm like, oh, I'll just leave this unread so I don't forget about it, but then I never go back and use it. So I really just, that's what I'm going to take the rest of the day to do, really, is clear that inbox. But I think I have some really good stuff in there, so if there's anything to share, I will share, but I'm going to do that now after I look at plans for next week because I'm curious. I think we're doing comparing fractions for 1 or 2 more days and then going into time, but I'm going to check. Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here and end this video. For the remainder of the day, I just kept up with my student work. I am almost through my emails. I found some cool things in there, so I've been looking at different websites that have been shared with me and different resources and things, but that's what my typical day looks like. It doesn't seem like a lot, I feel like, but staring at a screen, responding to questions all day, it's just a lot. And you know, it's not the job that we want, but we are all making it through. Please let me know down below how your day looks different than mine, if you're required to do certain things. I'm just interested to see what the world is doing. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see my upcoming videos, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.